I struggle immensely with anxiety and a little bit of depression, general anxiety to be specific. If you're not familiar, I overthink, overanalyze everything on the daily just for fun because my brain wants to. One of the causes of my anxiety, or should I say the outcome, I often compare my life to others when I'm in that deep state of anxiousness or depression. I should say I have developed mental tools and practices to combat this terrible habit, but when I do get to that dark place, it's a bit scary, it's a bit pitiful, a bit embarrassing. I believe many people can relate to this problem, which I will clarify further. This is one of those videos that I want to populate this sector of the fashion aspect of YouTube. You've probably seen far too many pickup videos, outfit video, vlogs where everyone seem happy and problem-free, traveling, blah, blah, blah. I want you guys to know that you're not alone. If you're struggling to simply do a basic task because you're in a deep state of depression or you're anxious or today is just not your day. I want this video to tell you that you're not alone, that we all struggle despite how great someone's life look. I hope my vulnerability will help you feel a bit better if you feel as though everyone is happy except for me, and that's not right. Why am I not happy? Comparison is the thief of joy. I believe we've all heard of that saying. For today's video, I want to look at a sliver of said comparison in the aspect of feeling as though people around you are moving faster than you. When I was in high school, senior year, people were applying to college. If I remember correctly, you can start applying in September and get approval in December or January. A lot of people my age did that. I, however, did the December submission and I got my approval in March or April, I believe, something like that. When I was 16, a few of my friends had already gone to driving school and gotten their license. I started my school at 17, so I got my driver license like late 17, early 18. First kiss, a lot of people had theirs at 13, 14. I had mine at 17 or 18. I could provide you with more example, but the point is I felt as though I was behind. I know, you're gonna say, Makasy, don't compare your life to other. Everybody has their own timeline. Of course, that's a very valid statement and it is very, very logical. However, when I let myself get to that stage where I am feeling very pitiful towards myself, logic doesn't really come into your head. When you're in this state of anxiousness, when you're in this state of depression, you feel insecure, you feel sad, you feel angry, you feel as though life is passing you by, and you feel as though you're not running as fast as people your age. What I want to say is you should not expect a depressed person to be optimistic when they're deep in this hole. This is when you need to be extra patient to a depressed person who says things such as, I'm not good enough, I don't, or can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Why try? I'm not good enough. I just want to disappear so everyone around me can be better. I feel as though I am a burden. When I am sad, I am not logical. I am pessimistic. I am antisocial. I am prone to anger. I am argumentative. When I am in that state where I feel like I'm behind in life and I go on Instagram, I see someone my age already buying a house, having more money in their bank account, visited more countries. I get jealous, which is a terrible, terrible trait that I am actively, and I mean it, actively trying to kick because I hate the feeling of jealousy. I have improved tremendously since high school. This woman and I had what the kids call now a situationship, and I would get jealous over everything. And I have used that experience among others to better myself. I told myself I would never let myself get to that state of jealousy again because jealousy is a very immature thing to me. I get jealous probably about 5 days out of 365, which I believe is a pretty good ratio. On top of being jealous, I feel sad about it. Like, Makasy, you did this to yourself. If you did more of this, if you did more of that, you would have been on more vacation. You would have made more money. The person that we're chasing, we will never truly catch. Let's say I saw a person with a Rolex GMT, and that person went to Zimbabwe, and they're buying a beautiful, beautiful house in New York, right? So we're gonna skip a couple months in the future. I have acquired said Rolex. I have visited Zimbabwe. I have bought a beautiful house in New York. Best believe that when I get into that depressive state again, I will see someone with 2 GMT, 2 trips to Zimbabwe, 2 houses. This person we're chasing isn't concrete. It's elusive. It evolves. It's tomorrow. We will always live in the now. Your future will live in the tomorrow. Now that we got the context, I will tell you how I deal with the situation. It'll be different for everyone. For me, I give myself a day to feel pitiful toward myself. I cocoon myself in my own little world. I don't talk to anyone. I don't go on social media. I let my emotion take the wheels and I'm the passenger. Oh, I'm not good enough? Yeah, you're right. Someone is better than me? Yeah, they probably are. The day after, though, that's when I fight back. Oh, I'm not good enough? Yeah, but it's relative, isn't it? Oh, someone is better than me? Sure, they might be better than me in this aspect, but I'm better than them at that aspect. Just as you slowly slip into a depressive state, you have to slowly get yourself out. It's not an on and off switch, which can be hard because when you're in that depressive well, you simply want it to end. And you're not patient, you're not logical, you want it to stop. During this state, I don't talk to anyone because I know I will say and do something wrong. It's easier to simply say and do nothing than to apologize for something you said or have done while you're angry. I know if I see anything on social media, I will get angry. I see it as more like a storm, you know. I find shelter, I let it pass, and I deal with the tasks of life after the storm has passed me. Again, I start fighting back against my brain. On top of that, I count my blessing out loud if possible. I also try to remind myself that if I do slip further into this depression stage, it's okay because progress isn't linear. There's a chance I fall back to being more depressed, more pessimistic, but I find it's best that I recognize it. Even if I'm not putting myself in a spot to be able to get out of this depressive state, I try to recognize. So when I feel sad, angry, and lethargic, I recognize that mental state. I recognize that it's okay to feel this way because I'm not myself right now. Recognize that I have got myself out of this before. I would do it again. I'm kind of talking about two topics now, comparison versus comparison when you're sad or depressed. But to me, it's a singular topic because I don't let myself walk towards that path while I feel the urge to compare my life unless I'm depressed, unless I'm anxious. There's a famous quote and it goes something like, would you talk or treat your loved one the way you're talking to yourself or treating yourself? Or imagine if you talk to your loved one the way that you talk to yourself. Recognizing all of these, the little tools that I've gained has helped me out of my depressive state sooner and deal with future depressive state better and faster. So to you, I say, you are not behind. If you must compare, compare your current self to your past self and see the improvement that you've made. The end of this race is death. Count your blessing. Be nice to people. Be nice to yourself and watch my videos. Anyway, I hope you get something positive out of this. I know I've gone all over the place, but I'm free flowing it. I don't have a script. It just outlines like talking points. If you didn't get something out of this, you know, you've been seeing all these beautiful B-roll, so take that at least you get something out of it. My name is Makasy. I will see you in the next video.